So you guys enjoyed the absolute heat I made in part 1. So we back with even more fire. Just like last time, I'll be using Smogon to gather my information, as I don't even play Pokemon competitively. So here we go with 10 more Megas that would balance the game. In 10th, we got Electrode. Been in Pokemon since day 1, and has always been bad competitively, and currently lands itself in the ZU tier, for Scarlet and Violet. Outside of speed, its stats are truly treacherous, and we need to get major buffs in other categories. It will gain a huge special attack increase to hopefully give it some possible offensive usage instead of just being used as a pivot or screen setter. Increases in both of its defensive stats as well as a minor increase in speed, cause why not? Now how would this perfectly spherical red and white Pokemon even look like? What comes to mind is this. As you can see, Mega Electrode in its Mega form is still able to maintain its color pattern and shape, while having a more devious and sinister stare. It will maintain its typing of pure electric, as everyone knows that a 100-mile-per-hour fastball is capable of causing someone to get stunned and temporarily paralyzed. The ability it will obtain for its Mega Evolution will be the same as Regieleki in Transistor. This would allow for a further multiplication in damage alongside the special attack increase, as well as a substitute for losing one of its normally held item in Life Orb, giving the same damage multiplier to electric type moves without the drawback of losing health. Putting Mega Electrode on the balance scale, I give it a 8 out of 10. In 9th is Mightyena. Introduced in the Hoenn region, Mightyena biggest problem is itself. It's just straight up awful. No bulk, gets both outsped and outdamaged by other dark types. For it to even be considered to be used, it would need a stat boost similar to Mega Beedrill, where it loses its own special attack to benefit every other category to utilize its low base stat to the fullest. Mega Mightyena would receive an insanely high attack and speed increase, alongside some bulk, to help it survive some attacks. How would this creature of the night look like in Mega form? Possibly something like this. Mega Mightyena is still able to maintain its wolf-like appearance while also becoming more vicious and menacing. It will maintain its typing of Mono Dark, as it just radiates pure malice. Its Mega Evolution will maintain its former ability of Moxie. With its new increases in its stats, Moxie can potentially be more reliable to Mega Mightyena's capability of being a revenge killer. Balance score, 9 out of 10. In numero 8 is Furfrou, introduced in the Kalos region and hasn't been accessible since the Sun and Moon game. It is also unfortunately placed in the ZU tier, with its biggest downside being that its moveset isn't strong enough to deal with every possible physical wall that comes in its path. Its Mega will mainly focus on increasing its attack stat to get through these problems, with the rest of the stats being spread almost evenly to the other categories. How would this big boy look like with these stats? Something astonishing like this, I fear.
What the dog doing?
It is still able to maintain its dog-like aesthetics while still possessing its fabulous fur. Mega Furfrou will keep its typing of Mono Normal, and since it still has its fur, it will keep its own unique ability of Fur Coat, which is very powerful towards Mega Furfrou's bulk. These stat increases will surely make Furfrou a commendable Pokemon to Mega Evolve. Placing it gently on the balance scale, it will receive a score of perfection. In number 7 is Slaking, also introduced in the Hoenn region alongside Mightyena. Has coincidentally also been placed in the ZU tier. The reason for this is obvious. Its ability of Truant is straight up tumultuous, so it will definitely be losing it on its Mega Evolution. Its stats are already amazing, so it will just be given a perfect split amongst all of its stats. But the biggest question, one even more important than what ability it will be given, is how would Slaking look like if it stopped slacking? Huh? Absolutely swag to the toes like this.
Hold up.
Now you might be asking, slacking is a sloth. How could this monkey be mega slacking? To that I say, well actually slacking is a bipedal ape-like creature. Now you may refute my claim by saying this image isn't that of an ape, and my rebuttal to that is, you right. Now then, since mega slacking is dripped out to the max, it will have a new typing of normal and fighting, because it will pair up well with its new ability Scrappy, because at this point nobody's safe from slacking. This new typing and ability paired up with its already monstrous stat will do wonders with stab moves like Drain Punch. I personally think Mega Slacking would save the Pokemon Society alongside saving its own reputation. Putting this on the balance scale, 10 out of 10. And number 6 is Grimmsnarl. Introduced in the Galar region, it currently lies in the PU tier. Its stats are alright, and its main usage is just to set up screens due to its good typing and ability of Prankster. But you already know, being a status move merchant is lame, so it definitely will start to take care of things on its own with the following stat increases to both of its defense categories and attack, with a slight boost to speed. Now, how would this Titan look like in its Mega form? Something intense, just like this. Mega Grimmsnarl still maintains its elf-like ear, luscious hair, and keeps its evil look. Because of this, it will maintain its Dark and Fury typing as it looks like it came out from some kind of dark fantasy setting. Its ability will also be changed to Mold Breaker, allowing it to bypass any obstacle that comes through its path. The ability paired up with its stat increases should allow for Mega Grimmsnarl to be used for more options outside of a dual screen setter. Balance score 8 out of 10. And number 5 is Arcanine. This Pokemon was introduced all the way back in the Kanto region, has fairly good stats, but it plays currently in the PU tier because of its incapability to deal with water and ground type Pokemon effectively. There's not really a way for Arcanine to overcome these flaws completely, but if its Megas were to reallocate some of its stats used for special attack into other categories, with the main focus of most of its stats directed toward attack, it could easily see better usage. How would this legendary Pokemon look like in its Mega? Something great, just like this.
They're great!
As you can see, Mega Arcanine design maintain its tiger-like body pattern, and that's really it. Arcanine just a tiger, bro. It doesn't have any other features. Mega Arcanine will keep the typing of Mono Fire and be given the very strong and useful ability of Drought. This new ability can have a plethora of usage for Mega Arcanine. Obviously, it will boost its fire type moves, allow it to handle water type attacks better, and cause Morning Sun to heal a larger amount of HP, which will be insanely good when in unison with Mega Arcanine Huge Bulk. Balance score, great out of 10. And number 4 is Basculegion. This Pokemon was introduced in the Hisuian region, but technically that counts as Galar, so I'm gonna just call it a Galarian Pokemon. It used to be in the Uber tier until the CEO of competitive Pokemon lost respect for last respects. With its strongest move banned, it falls down to the NU tier. Its stats are decent, and to remove all gender differences, both genders will have the same stats in their Mega Evolved states, with the focal point of their build guided toward physical attack, since the male Basculegion physical attack outscores the special attack of female Basculegion, and the rest of their stats toward defense and speed. How would Mega Basculegion look like? What comes to mind is this. It's still able to retain its identity of being an aquatic fish like Pokemon while still having its smoky aura. Because of this, it will keep its typing of water and ghost. It will keep its ability of adaptability, as obviously Mega Basculegion has adapted to both non-aquatic terrains and pollution. Alongside the fact that the ability is very powerful, especially considered it's a dual type Pokemon with a large attack stat. It will be tough for Mega Basculegion to get a resurgence in usage without last respect, but with this Mega, it just might. Putting this on the balance scale, I give it a 9 out of 10. And number 3 is Torterra, the grass type starter Pokemon of the Sinnoh region. It isn't awful, however it can easily get walled off by Pokemon who are flying or grass type, as it rarely has any answers for those two typing. And it also has a 4 times weakness to ice, while having a low speed stat. To at least get past the problem of low speed, it will gain a huge speed increase on Mega Evolution, with the rest of the stats being split between both defense and physical attack. Now, how would a Mega Torterra look like being a turtle with a high speed stat? Quite easily, like this. Mega Torterra sustains its green turtle look, and just like how Torterra is able to carry a whole ecosystem on its back, since it's known as the continent Pokemon, Mega Torterra is able to carry a whole nation on its back, truly expressing itself as a real continent Pokemon. It will keep its typing of grass and ground because that's all its moveset has anyways, and will be given the same ability as Mega Blaziken with speed boost. With a speed stat of 101, it means Mega Torterra is capable of outspeeding Mega Blaziken. And with moves like Swords Dance and even Curse, similar to how Blaziken is in Ubers, Torterra may also see an increase in usage despite its incapability to defeat flying types. Putting this on the balance score, I give it a 10 out of 10. And number 2 is Hawlucha, released in the Kalos region and is ranked in the UU tier. This is because it relies heavily on its Unburdened Sweeper build, where it purposely loses its item to double its speed, then attack with a double powered acrobatic. However, its attack stat just isn't high enough and can easily be suppressed by physical walls. If Hawlucha were to receive a Mega, it will gain a huge attack increase to help break through physical walls, alongside some bulk and some speed. How would such an agile and powerful Mega Hawlucha even look like? Something magnifico like this. Mega Hawlucha still keeps its relative small body frame and its colorful facial feature, and will keep its typing of fighting and flying. However, it would need a huge overhaul of its strategy as it can no longer hold the item, and will not be able to use a combo of Unburden and Acrobatics, as it will be holding the Luchite to Mega Evolve. To overcome this, it will be given a new unique ability called Lucha Libre, which will have the following effects. This ability allows the immediate use of a move that charges on the first turn, so basically Power Herb with constant use. This will change Hawlucha from being an Acrobatics user to becoming a Sky Attack user, and showing the world of the high flyer it truly is. I have no doubts Mega Hawlucha with the heightened stats and a stronger stab option will create too much damage for one to manage and increase its usage. But the secondary effects of Sky Attack may cause it to get banned, as it could cause countless of flinching with its high speed stat, and also has a heightened critical hit ratio that will decimate opponents. Putting this on the balance scale, it will only receive a score of 6.19 out of 10. In number 1 is Corviknight, the regional bird of the Galarian region, placed in the highest tier out of all Pokemons in this video at OU. It places in this tier due to its immense bulk paired with its great typing. It also helps that it has access to great moves that pairs up with its bulk, like Body Press and Roost, alongside Defog to remove enemy hazards. On its Mega, it will gain stats everywhere, with the main emphasis of it being in both of its defenses, to increase its bulk further. How would this fearsome metallic bird look like on evolution? Probably something like this. This design looks similar to its Gigantamax version, having tints of red and dark blue coloring. And of course, since it's a robotic bird, it will maintain a typing of steel and flying. As for its ability, it will be given Big Peck to prevent a decrease from a superb defensive stat. This increase in bulk not only helps it last longer in battle, but also improves its moves such as Body Press, since defense has increased. And Roost, since damage Mega Corviknight will be receiving will be lowered, the value of health gained from Roost is relatively higher. Putting Mega Corviknight on the balance scale, I give it an 8 out of 10. Yeah, those are 10 more Megas that would balance the game if they were to receive a Mega. Which of these ideas do you think is most reasonable for a Game Freak to add into the game? And which of these Megas do you think look the best? Me personally, I thought Mega Slacking had an insurmountable amount of drip. If this video gets half a like, I'll do another one of these vids, and if you have any suggestions for Megas you want to see, comment down below and I'll try and see if I can do something about it. And yeah, if you got this far into the video, just know you're a real one, and that's about it.